What is up, YouTube? Today we are going to be installing Techno Toy Tuning's T3 short throw shifter for my AE86. I am super stoked that these finally came in. I ordered these back in like January. Due to COVID, there was some lot of shipping delays, but I finally got them, and today I will be installing and showing you guys what the differences are, and we're gonna actually take it to the mountains and see how it does. So the first thing you want to do is remove this center console. I believe it's held on by like 4 bolts and it should just snap out. Probably want to twist this off. Pop that off. So in order to take this center thing off, it's just 4 Phillips, one here, one there, one back here by the little storage, and it's just 4 Phillips screws. That's the only thing that's holding it. Okay, now that that's off, time to get these screws, pop this thing off, and it should be 4 screws as well, 2 here and then 1 on each side of the radio. Yeah, I lied. 6 screws. 1 down there and then 1 up there on each side. 6 screws. This thing should just pop out. Okay, now that's out. You just stroke this until it comes off. Before I forget, I need to measure the throw of the car. So here's a lube as a comparison. In first, throw goes from the tip of my penis to blades. Goes to blades. So I've been yanking at this thing, but I noticed that the boot is held by bolts, so I gotta undo those first. So I guess 10mm, and then what do you know, it's perfect. So I'll use 10mm. There should be like 4 bolts. Take those off, and then this thing should just rub off. Okay, I'm a freaking idiot. You just tuck the boot in and this thing just comes off. Don't try what I did.
They ask you how you are, you have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just can't get in.
Do this, and now you can get to the 4 bolts much easier. I'm an idiot. So after the 4 bolts, this should come off. You just pop the T3 in, and it's good to go. And then we'll do the lube measurement again and see if it actually does 55% reduction in throw. I am getting drenched, guys. Whew. Okay, now that the 4 bolts are off, you just jerk it off, and oh, it comes off. Look at that. You know what that reminds me of? Not me.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay, here's the shift boot. I would say that's pretty torn up. I put it into gear. There's a slight play. It's not ridiculous, but yeah, we'll get to replacing that. It's nasty down here. It's all greased up. I want to say that's a 12mm. Oh. Okay, now after undoing 4 of those, this thing should just slide out. You mount it up. It fits like glove. I actually kept the rubber O-ring that was with the stock shifter. I don't know if I actually need it or not, but I just kept it just in case. And T3 provides their own hardware. You just want to bolt that up, and that should be it. And then we'll try the throw to see how much it reduces. But I can already tell that this is much shorter than stock. Stock was like around here, but this is about maybe 1.5 inches shorter. I don't know how that would affect my shifting ability, but we'll see. With the knob, it should be high enough where it's comfortable for me to shift. Maybe I just need to adjust my seat a little bit, but so far it doesn't seem all that bad. And now you need a 13mm bolt. And whenever I tighten stuff, I like to do diagonal, not all the way tight. I'll hand thread it so I don't strip the bolts. I've had that happen way too many times. I'm guessing that will help tighten it evenly. Since it's 4 bolts, I'll just go this first, that, and then that one last. And I know some of you guys like to do everything to the factory. I don't know what the factory torque is for the shift knob bolts, but I'm gonna just hand tighten it until they are all evenly tight. And I noticed that this one has a little bit of clearance issue, but if I just move it ever so slightly, the wrench will just fit right in there. And just from here, I can already tell how notchy and short this thing is. That's crazy. Make sure everything shifts smoothly. Wow. It's so short that I might, from 4th, I might miss to, instead of putting it to 2nd, I might accidentally put it to 3rd because the throw is so short. Make sure reverse goes in properly. Goes in. Wow, but that is Asian short. Yeah, but let's put everything back together and do the lube test. Hold on. It's at the tip. Let me shift it. Okay, now it's at pause. So, let's see. For the whole length, is it about 55% shorter? I would say so. I'm no mathematician, but that's exactly 55% shorter. And we are also going to be replacing this e-brake knob. To undo it, you just have to twist it counterclockwise. It comes off, and then you put the drift knob in there, and then you'll be able to pull the e-brake without having to press this in. Yeah, so righty loosey, lefty tighty, and then you just take the spring out, put this twister back in, and now you got drift e-brake. And if you actually need to put it in park, pull it and pull that tab out. Goes back in, out. So yeah, that's super simple to do, and it's nice to have this. Okay, so I just mocked up the install. But before I put all the plastic trims back in, I'm gonna go for a short drive to make sure everything shifts smoothly, so I don't have to come back and take everything off and repeat the process. Okay, so the car is on. Let me put the shift knob back on for the test drive. Okay, that's good enough. Wow, that's very low. It's hitting with the e-brake. I don't know. That I'm not sure if I like, but let's go for a test drive. Reverse, smooth. Please don't scrape, please don't scrape. My exhaust always scrapes slightly if I don't take it at as much of an angle. Scrape, don't scrape. Success. Alright, let's get out of here. Wow, that's notchy. Alright. First gear. Ooh. Notchy AF. Second gear is alright. Let's go maybe like 40 miles per hour and see if there's any like rattling noises, or make sure it goes through all the gears smoothly, because we are gonna be driving this in the mountains. Second, third, downshift, not bad. Fourth, third, little difficult getting into third. I actually went into fifth thinking I was gonna go to third. Yeah, I went into fifth again, well, I wanted to go to third, but it went into fifth. So overall review, Pro, it is notchier, it is shorter, like night and day shorter. I can actually, without even measuring with the lubricant bottle, I can say that it's about at least 50% shorter. Cons, I noticed that from downshifting to 4th to 3rd, just because it is so tight that it may just upshift into 5th. So I have to really pay attention to that. Another thing, I asked him to bend it towards the right hand drive, 15% to the right hand drive, but it feels like it's actually to like just regular left hand drive bend. So the shifter definitely feels like it's more towards the left than it should be at right. So I will double check that with T3. Overall, I can't give the review at the moment. Yes, it's notchy, it's much better than stock in certain aspects, but we won't really know until we take it to the mountains and see if it's actually faster, it's slower. Because I could see how it could be bothersome if I'm at 4th gear and I downshift to 3rd. If it upshifts to 5th, with this car's power, I'm gonna lose a lot of time, so... Okay, so the final score of Techno Toy's short throw shifter for my AE86. I would personally give 7.5 out of 10. Let's go with cons first. The only reason I gave it 7.5 is because from my stock shifter to the current one, the throw was so much shorter that I just myself couldn't get used to throwing it into the right gear. So like for example, from going from 4th to 3rd, I'm actually going to 4th to 5th, or from 4th to 2nd, I'm actually put it to 4th to 3rd. I think it's something that you can get used to. That's not a big issue. Another half point was it makes a grinding noise whenever I'm in the super high RPM. Well, not super high, like 7,000 RPM. The shifter will rattle to the point where my shift knob will come loose over time, and that was making this like really annoying grinding sound. Once I figure out the shift knob and tighten it properly, I think that issue will go away. Overall, it does give you crazy amount of short throw compared to the stock. It's made out of super high quality material, so if you guys have the money, I would highly recommend it. Just remember that it may take a day or two for you to get actually used to feeling where the gears are properly. But that's it. It's a great product. So okay guys, that is it. To end a good day of filming and racing type of deal. It's always to end with a car wash from Auto Wash from Colorado. I have not been sponsored, but I wish to be sponsored one day. Auto Wash, if you're watching this, please put me in consideration. This is how I'm going to do outro from now on. Whatever you're doing, always have fun. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.